Aries? Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. I'm so happy to have all you guys here with me today. We are going to do a fun little spread for you all on finances, money, and career. As with all these general YouTube tarot messages, not everything I say is going to resonate with all the Aries out there. So please only take away messages for your best and highest good. You will know intuitively what those are. You never need to force anything to fit your circumstance or your scenario. What else do I need to tell you in my little spiel? Sometimes it does take messages a few days, a few weeks, even a few months to resonate. If they do resonate later down the line, fantastic. That means it was your message. Other than that, if anything doesn't seem to fit at the moment, you can toss it aside. You can release it. You don't need to take on that energy if it doesn't seem to ring a bell with you. I do encourage everyone to check their sun, moon, rising, and Venus sign if you want additional messages on what I present you here with today. If you don't know how to do that, there will be a link in the description box below. It's free. It shows you how to generate your birth chart, okay? Everything else you're going to want to know about this video will be in that description box, including the decks I'm using, as well as my social media channels, and again, how to check that birth chart, okay? So we're going to jump in for the beautiful fire sign, our Aries friends out there, what they need to know for career and finances. I'll say in the coming weeks, in the coming months. This is non-date specific, so whenever you view this message is when you were meant to view it. Check out my Instagram or my Facebook, The Intuitive Teacup. I post fun stuff there. If you are into social media, that's great. And if not, that's cool. I get it. All right, I'm just happy to have all you guys joining me here on YouTube. So we'll take one more card for Aries. Money, finances, and career. Beautiful. Messages for their best and highest good only. All right, in the past, Aries, you have the Ace of Pentacles. Hell yeah, that's awesome. A new tangible beginning, a new start. And typically, Pentacles do stand for money. It's earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But it's like I always say with this card, it feels it's $1 million idea, right? The way she's holding it up in the sunlight, right? So whether or not that's true, it feels like it for you. It's something tangible you hold in your hand that you see great potential in. Very cool energy. I love that. And it has to do with leaving your safety zone or your comfort zone. It may have to do with physically leaving your home. If some of you are moving or changing jobs that requires more travel, it's leaving home. So that's important there. You also have the Four of Pentacles. Okay. So the fours are nice, stable, solid foundations. We think of the four corners of a house, right? And Pentacles do have to do with the home, our jobs, our careers, our health. So things are relatively stable. This new idea may actually bring you back to stability that you felt you were lacking. If you're trying to rebuild a bank account, or I don't know, maybe you've had issues in your home and like the plumbing's been bad, or this, it's like rebuilding it back to something solid and steady that you're not constantly having to maybe overspend or overgive your energy to. This may be relieving you of some burden, but again, it's a tangible thing. So the thing with the Four of Pentacles, though, is once you get back to baseline, right? Once everything is nice and perfect, there's that desire to not change anything so it stays the same, right? But with that, nothing will ever change, right? It's going to stay the same. So if you're looking for something new and different and exciting to come in, this is not the energy you want to be in. He's holding his pentacles so tight because they mean a lot to him. He cares about what he's holding on to, but ultimately, in order to gain more, to progress forward, you are going to have to release a little bit and maybe take a small financial risk or do something you haven't done before. Again, leave the safety zone. That's what's coming up in your past. Double earth energy, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, if you have any of those elements in your life or in your chart. So what's coming up in the present? Wow. The Sun card. This is like pure joy and happiness. Dancing in a field of sunflowers with your family. Maybe some of you are pregnant potentially, right? Going out for drinks, for happy hour with the girls, with the guys, with the coworkers, right? Happiness. A lighthearted energy. And I do think this has to do with being relieved of some potentially financial burden or something that was an imbalance. It's like you finally reached that stable ground. This is the card of Leo for any of those who have strong Leo in their chart. Yeah, there may be pregnancy even just in your family. That actually could have very well been the relief that some of you were feeling. It is if you were struggling to again, not for everyone, struggling to get pregnant. It's like finally that comes through for you. Maybe you had to go see a new doctor, like, or try a new fertility drugs or something like that. And yeah, holding it so precious and dearly, that's like your projection of the future. Like this is going, and this could also be a career idea. But the idea of being pregnant with creativity or with a job, yeah, it's moving forward with that, again, how I say the $1 million idea with quotes, right? I don't necessarily mean that for everyone, but yeah, it's moving forward with that idea. Sorry, let me try and turn that off. Okay, so it makes you happy, it brings you joy. Either you see great potential in it, or again, you're starting to feel that comfort for those ideas that you're nurturing and bringing into the world. Wow, so yeah, relieving yourself of burdens. This is the 10 of Wands, so it's fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Yeah, something is being released that was causing you a lot of stress, like maybe some physical work that you were doing. Again, it could have been trying to get pregnant. I'm so sorry, guys. I tried to shut that off. Okay, stop. Let's see if that works. Joy, complete joy, happiness, dancing, right? The depiction of this card, it's very lighthearted energy because you're released of something that you've been carrying around for a long time. So let's focus on, this section is going to be your challenge regarding this situation, or in the coming weeks and the coming months. Your challenge is the Knight of Wands. Okay, so how I was saying there's risk involved of moving forward, how you're holding on to these pentacles so dearly, but ultimately you have to release and move forward, potentially take a risk, maybe leave the comfort zone of home. That's what this is. It's forward movement, right? And it's being driven by wands, so our passion, our desires, that fire that burns within us. But with this card, I always see this as, he's wand energy. He's the Knight of Wands, so he has fire inside of him. But whatever he's going towards, which is also his elemental suit, fire, a fire-breathing dragon, there's a little bit of fear and intimidation here. It's out of his comfort zone. He or she has never maybe dealt with something in this extreme, in this career field. It could be a new job. It could be a new field that you are not knowledgeable in. The thing is, you're well suited for it, right? You are the element of fire. So like, fire ain't got nothing on you, Aries. Like, you got this. But what's challenging you is to actually go after it, to move forward. Nights bring movement in and out of our lives. To go after that thing that maybe scares you a little bit, but ultimately there is something that inside of you that is being driven to explore that, or to discover that. Again, this is coming through strong, so I have to read it. It's very specific, but it may be starting a family for some of you. If this is your first child, and again, maybe you found out you're pregnant, or you're trying to get pregnant, it's like when you do, you're like, oh my God, like now I have to get ready for a baby. And like, I've never, like, you don't even know how to do it, right? So the Knight of Wands, it's Sagittarian energy, by the way, if that means anything to anyone. Coming out of that Sagittarian full moon, that is an energy that is driving us, that Knight of Wands, of what motivates you, what inspires you, what do you want to go after, what excitement, what experience are you seeking? It's being clarified by the 5 of Cups. Yeah, same energy, essentially, of needing to leave things behind, burdens that need to be released, not taking risks. That energy needs to be released in order for the seed to grow, essentially. The 5 of Cups is, it's the total eclipse of the heart. I call it that. If you guys are familiar with that song, it's the turnaround card. Because you're so focused on past disappointments, things that didn't work out. Cups being emotions, love, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Emotions or love, disappointments that have spilled, the water is out of the cup. There's no turning back. You're not going to get that water back in those cups and upright again. But if you were to turn around and see these 2 upright cups right behind you, they are full to the brim. There's potential here. There's opportunity for great love. Some of you might be having twins, right? Two cups of great love potential. It's about getting over the sadness and going after new things. And that's what this is too, that hesitation to go after something better, something great. It's easier. This sounds so foreign and weird, but it's true if you really analyze it. It's easier to stay sad about past disappointments than to muster up the strength sometimes and go after things that will be emotionally fulfilling. Why? Because we don't know what they are yet. We don't know exactly what the future holds. It's about harnessing that energy to move forward, sometimes blindly, not knowing exactly what awaits this fire-breathing dragon. Maybe it's friendly. You know, maybe it's like Casper the Friendly Ghost, right? But we don't know. So there's something about, well, at least this is familiar. I know how this feels. And while it doesn't make me feel good, at least I know what's there. I know what's in these cups or what isn't in these cups, right? It's about going for new and different things, doing a 180, if you will, turning around. I want to sing that song to you, but I won't. I will spare you. Go listen to Total Eclipse of the Heart. Actually, don't, because I feel like that song isn't the literal description of this, but you know what I mean. Turn around. That's your challenge or focus. Focus on, it's actually glass half full mentality. Yes, there have been disappointments in the past, but that shouldn't keep you from going after what your heart is calling you to do. So, coming up in your help, this is going to be your help or your guidance potentially, is the Five of Wands. Interesting. So this is sometimes the card of petty conflict or arguing, of too many cooks in the kitchen. Sorry, Aries, my camera froze, as it tends to do. It's so funny. This is some of you at like a baby shower with lots of like chatty, potentially catty women, or it doesn't just have to be women, by the way, but it's not this. It's not this harmony and celebration of, you know, happy hour, going out with your girlfriends or guy friends or whatever. The help available to you has to do with these people who potentially offer conflict or chaos in your life. Oh, okay. I think I see what this is. Because we were talking about turning around, going after, you know, glass half full opportunities that may be a little bit mysterious. You don't know exactly what they are. There's some fear, there's some intimidation of approaching this exciting idea. It's inspiring you, but there's something about it that's intimidating. This is who you're approaching. You may be approaching a career path, or even like a specific job or workplace where everybody there, you view them as intimidating. This is how you view them. I'm not saying this is the case. But they all know what they're doing. They know the ins and outs of the job. They're so caught up in their own world. Oh, Aries, this is very interesting energy for you. There's something about you like, oh, well, I'm not good enough. Like, they're not going to like me. You're intimidated by this group of people. So yeah, it might be a new workplace. If you did get a new job, it's like maybe the socialization aspect of it, of like mingling with the group. And that would make sense for this, releasing the burden potentially of not feeling part of the group, of not being able to rejoice and be happy, because you're holding on to these aren't thoughts, which is weird, but some sort of burden that you won't fit in. You're questioning your own power or your own skills, or that you have nothing to contribute to the group. But you do. Ace of Pentacles has shown up twice. We know you do. This came up in your past. So even if this idea hasn't been fully realized or illuminated, right, with the sun, you're sitting on this really important idea. And so if any of this is resonating for you guys, if you're in some sort of collaborative situation, but you're holding back, don't. Because you have a golden opportunity, a golden idea that it's going to bring you to new places, unknown territories. You may be expanding your business to different locations. It's like going through this archway, right? It's like transformational. There's new lands to be explored, new things to discover here. Again, the pregnancy thing, it's like, it's a whole new realm. It's a new world. This is supposed to be like the Garden of Eden, potentially, right? But yeah, I don't, this very strong, like, motherhood, again, strong female energy. You may feel like you're not equipped to hang with the moms, like the soccer moms. Like, that makes sense. Like, a little bit intimidating, maybe a little bit like petty conflict, petty drama. What is that show? What is it called? Big Little Lies, like the group of like ritzy soccer moms with like their fancy glasses and Starbucks and all that. I'm not saying that's who you're trying to attract, but that is the energy that this card is giving off. It's like this group of, it doesn't have to be women, but very intimidating people like with their cell phones and I don't know, whatever stupid thing that, you know, whatever business people or do or hold or whatever, there's an intimidation factor, Aries, but you are just as valid. Your ideas are just as solid. Your seeds will grow into trees that are just as big and just as mighty and flower the same fruits or whatever. You don't see yourself as that yet. Yeah. Hello, the Empress. That's what this is saying. Your ideas have Empress energy, Empress potential, more pregnancy energy, by the way. Mother Nature, she's always shown pregnant. For a lot of you, that's what this is saying here. But if it has to do with career, the Empress and the Emperor build the empire. Great card to have in a career spread. So don't be intimidated by those around you, Aries, because again, your ideas are just as solid or just as valid. You may be a very great contributor to a company or to a team. Again, you sit on ideas that are very financially stable or not even just stable, abundant. And so this taking of risks, it may be more than just you, Aries. Yes, it's probably taking a risk to socialize or speak up in a group full of chatty people, right? In the office and when everybody's whiteboarding ideas and throwing yours out there and being nervous about the reception. This taking a risk though, if it's not you, it may have to do with this team and you may be nervous to speak up about your idea, but your idea is being clarified by Empress energy. That's pretty good. We can see the fruits of her labor right there. Again, more Earth. It's Taurus and Libra energy, but even Libra, it's like the scales are balanced. Libra always holds the sword of truth. She's an air sign, so her ideas come from a very logical. It's rooted in like the analysis, the data of it all. It's very good energy here. So yeah, I would recommend to you. Don't let things hold you back from exploring your desires, from your passion, because there's a lot of happiness up ahead if you can just release the burdens, essentially, right? Whatever these burdens are to you. Yeah, very cool spread. All right, that's what I got for you, Aries. Very kind of different but interesting. I mean, you have double Ace of Pentacles, so money, baby. I like that. Please do like, share, subscribe. Let me know if that resonates. Leave me a comment if you so desire. I will see you guys in about a week to do your monthly spread for July. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Bye.